Good morning and welcome all the students. I am Professor Naval Kishore from School of Management Studies, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. Today, I am going to discuss about international business. You all are aware that businesses are carried out in different formats when you are going to do the business within the domestic market itself. That means within your own country. When business as well as related activities are carried out beyond the boundary of the country, it is referred to international business. You all must be knowing that international operation is an important part of globalization, and today the global operations is emerging a very important phenomenon for the international business, because the operations of the firm in different countries have given the birth to the emergence of multinational corporations. And these multinational corporations, they operate in different parts of the world. Therefore, when you are carrying business beyond the boundary, it is referred to international business. Now the question arises, why do you go for the international business? Now, you all may be knowing that knowledge is considered as significant economic power of the business enterprise. Now, how to produce the best product or service suitable to customer has becoming a major challenge for the business enterprises, because you need to invest significant amount on the research and development activities so that you could able to find new process, product or services which may be helpful in satisfying the requirement of the customers. Therefore, the discovery of the new process may facilitate the business enterprise to operate beyond the boundary of your country. And the research and development, technology, management, investment, production and trade play very significant role in the smooth conduct of international business. Therefore, when you are operating internationally, you may face the challenges of physical, social, economical, political, legal, ecological environment and other related business issues of foreign countries. As a result, you need to understand those issues so that you may run your business, you may operate your business in a much better way. Now again the question arises, what is international business? Now, as I said you, the one aspect is about the knowledge and another aspect is about a whole range of activities, that is technology, production, etc., etc. If you define the international business as per the definition of Daniels, Rodenbuff and Sullivan, International business is all commercial transactions, private and governmental, sales, investments and transportation that take place between two or more countries. Similarly, another author, Ball McCulloch Jr., Geringer, Miner and McNett have defined international business as international business is business whose activities are carried out across national borders. If you analyze these definitions, you may find that first, all commercial transactions carried out beyond the country, beyond the boundary of the country. That means here the business activities are carried out beyond the geographical boundary of the nation. That means you are operating outside your own country. Next, the transactions may be in terms of investments, production, trade, management, services between two or more countries. See, here it must be clear to you that international transactions should be there, and that transactions may be either about your product, either about your production in different country, either about you are trading to the other country, you are providing management facilities or consultancy to other countries or other services in other countries. So, all these transactions may fall under international business. Next is the transactions related to services and other aids to trade between two or more countries. So, it should be clear to you that transactions are no more confined to only products. The transactions may be services also. The transactions may be in terms of aids to trade also. Services, for example, if you are providing consultancy, if you are providing software development services, that may fall under international business when you are providing these services outside the boundary of your country. Aids to trade means whole range of activities which facilitate your business to be conducted in a smooth manner. And that aids to trade may be, it may be transportation, it may be banking, it may be insurance or any other activity which facilitate the trade to occur among or between various countries. Now let us see about the importance of international business. As you are aware that international business involves foreign trade, trade of services, aids to trade, and other activities which are involved in carrying out business between two countries or more than two countries. See, if you analyze all these aspects of international business, then you will be able to realize that the basis of international business is to be found in the diversity of economic resources in different countries. As you all are aware that there are differences in climatic conditions, geological deposits, natural resources, supply of labor and capital and other factors of production, etc., etc., because all countries have been endowed by nature in different amount or quantum of production facilities or resources. Therefore, each country may find advantageous to specialize in production of some specific commodity. And if you acquire such a specialization, that may facilitate the exchange of surplus production through international trade. Therefore, international trade takes place when buyers find a foreign market cheaper. Because if the buyer finds cheaper, the buyer will buy your product. Similarly, if seller finds international market profitable, the seller would be motivated to sell the products outside the country. So, as a result, both buyer and seller will be benefited, as well as the customers at large would find varieties of products at reasonable costs. So, the customers would also be benefited. As a result, a more effective use of world's resources may be possible through international trade. Now, let us analyze the importance of international business, which are as follows. First, awareness about different countries of the world. When you are going to have business in other countries, obviously you need to understand all aspects of the business in that country. For example, you need to analyze the physical environment, social and cultural environment, political environment, legal environment, ecological environment, and other patterns of demand and supply of foreign countries. For example, even if you are exporting fans, obviously you cannot export fans where the temperature is very low. That can be, the fans can be marketed in a hot environment or the country which is having a hot or high temperature. Similarly, if some legal issues or ecological issues comes into the picture in that country, obviously you need to follow those legal or ecological requirement of the foreign country. So, you need to analyze a whole range of demand, supply, consumption, investment, production, trade pattern of foreign country. As a result, you are aware of the dimensions of the trade or business of that particular country. Next is facilitates the process of globalization. As you all must be knowing that globalization involves integration of the world economy, and international business and related activities, for example, technology, management, investment, production, trade, aids to trade, etc., etc., facilitates these global operations. For example, you can have raw materials from some other country, you can have technology from other country, you can have the management or process of the production of that particular country, some other country, you can have investment from some other country, you can have manufacturing or production facilities in other country, and you can manufacture the products and you can market the products globally. So in that process what happens, the whole range of global operations take place, and that means the process of globalization has been also instrumental in bringing the country closer to other country. As a result, the whole world has been emerging as a global village. Next is diffusion of technology. You are already aware that technology has been revolutionizing all areas of business activities, and development of technology requires huge amount of investment. Therefore, the large enterprises may be in a position to invest such a huge amount of development for the discovery of new technology. And once these large enterprises, they discover, they innovate some technology, they would be interested to sell that technology in different parts of the world so that they could earn the profit for their investment. As a result, international business facilitates diffusion of technology in different parts of the world. Next is competitive environment. When you are working internationally in different parts of the world, obviously several firms must be working. That too large firm, well established firm must be working there. So when the large firm, well established firm are working there, and you are also entering into the new market, therefore there may be new operations, there may be new ways of management, there may be new technology along with the trade of product or services. As a result, the local firms of the host country, they may also like to improve their products and services so that they could also compete with the operations of the large firms. As a result, the competitive environment may be generated among various firms. As a result of this competitive environment, every enterprise or organization would like to serve the customers in the best possible way. As a result, the customers may get better product or services at reasonable cost. Next is harmonious relationship. As you are aware that as a result of international business, the different countries become close to other countries because they are aware with whole range of business environment of that country. As a result, there is close association between the country. When there is a close association between the country, that closeness promotes harmonious and cordial relationship among all the country. As a result, there is an world economic integration. And by becoming the world integrated, once world economy gets integrated, that may also lead to political peace as well as great cooperation in countries regarding socio-cultural, economic, political developments of that particular country. So in that way, harmonious and cordial relationships are promoted by way of operating in foreign countries. Next is better use of countries' resources. See, when you are operating in various countries, in that case, the utilization of the natural resources of those countries may be utilized or may be taken into the best possible manner. Because you are aware that domestic industry may depend on foreign markets for the disposal of their product, or domestic countries may depend foreign market for the inputs of the production process. For example, the jute and tea industries of India are mainly dependent upon export market. Similarly, Japanese industry depends upon exports. Even United States of America, number of agricultural and industrial production are exported. That may be around 1/4 of the production of America. The existence of an export market enables the producers to increase their production and avail the economies of scale. Domestic industries depend upon foreign country for resources, for market, for technology, for raw materials, for components, etc., etc. Therefore, there may be better use of countries' resources when you are operating internationally. Next is high rate of economic development. Now, when you enter into the international business, that may lead to rapid economic development and higher rate of growth in terms of national income or in terms of whole range of GDP, etc., etc. And you all may be aware also that foreign trade has been considered as an engine of growth. And if you see the world development structure, you will find that UK, USA, Japan, etc., etc. have grown faster as a result of export of manufactured products. Even in the Southeast Asian nation, like in the Asian part, if you see Korea, that is South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, Singapore, Hong Kong, etc., etc., have also benefited immensely by the foreign trade dominant economy. So what happens? International trade may facilitate the economic development to occur at a higher rate, or it may accelerate the economic development process because the whole range of the activities, production, manufacturing, trade, investment, technology, services, etc., get accelerated by way of operating internationally. Next is stability of prices. The prices of some commodity tends to increase in a country, and it can increase the level of its imports of that commodity to check the rise in price. That means if prices are rising, you have to manage the demand and supply. So if the prices are more in your country, you can think about the availability of that product in your country. Similarly, if the prices are less in your country, you may export that product so that the prices are stabilized. So it facilitates the stability of prices. Next is greater availability of goods. Obviously, when you go for the international trade, because you are exporting and importing in various countries and various commodities are exported and imported, therefore, you may have greater facility of that particular goods in your country. Next is greater employment opportunity. The employment opportunity increases because the quantum of the production, manufacture and trade is very high. As a result, when you are operating at the larger scale, you may employ more persons. Next is reduction in cost of production. If you produce at a large scale, the per unit cost of production may be reduced. Next is contribution to government revenue. When you are exporting or importing, sometimes importing you need to pay the duty to the government. In the process also you need to pay the duty of particular commodity to the government. As a result, through the taxation, government revenue may also increase. Next is objectives. The objectives of the international business may be you are planning to expand your business, it will be helpful. Next, you want to capture the high market share, that may be helpful. Next, you want to get high profit as a result of large scale of the production. Chances are you may get the high profit. Next is broad customer base, because now the number of the customers would be much larger, and you are able to capture those large, satisfy with the goods and services to the large number of the customers. Next is acquisition of resources. You may acquire resources from various parts of the world. Therefore, there may be that best resources can be acquired. Next is for getting larger order. When you are in the international business, you may get the large order as well. Next is about advantages. Obviously, the first may be supply of variety of goods and services, because you are able to send goods and various services to many countries. Next is per unit less cost. The cost of the production would be less because you are manufacturing large quantity of the products. Next is fast growth of the firm. The firm may grow faster because the firm may get larger market. Okay, next is earning foreign exchange. If you are exporting, obviously you will get the payment from your that outside country in foreign exchange. Therefore, you are also facilitating to acquire more foreign exchange, which are required for meeting the import bill of your country also, or your firm also. Next is market for surplus products. You are manufacturing. Obviously, after meeting the requirement of the customers, you may need more customers. So, the surplus may be marketed outside the country. Next is attainment of competitive advantage, because several enterprises are working together. Obviously, only those enterprises will compete there, will be successful, who are able to compete in that particular trade environment. Next is upgradation of technology. Obviously, when you are working outside the country, you need to serve them with better technology. Therefore, all the time, either manufacturing, operations, all those technology may be upgraded. Next is disadvantages. Failure of payments. There may be some disputes related to the payment, and as a result of that disputes, you may face problem. Next is economic risk. Sometimes what happens, there may be fluctuation in the foreign exchange, there may be some problem in that country, economic crisis in that country, there may be something of the firm with the firm itself, their liquidity position may be very poor. All these things are follow and all these things create economic problems, economic risk for you. Next is political risk. Sometimes the relationship with the other country may not be good. As a result of bad political relationship, it may be very difficult for you to market your products in that particular country. Next is exchange rate fluctuations. You all must be listening in the radio or you may be watching in the TV that the rupee value has gone up, has come down. So depending upon the appreciation or depreciation in a particular currency, the foreign trade may be influenced by that. Next is legal issues. There may be some sort of legal issues, environmental issues in a particular country. So therefore, when you are manufacturing for your country and you are manufacturing for that country also, so you need to take into consideration the legal requirement of that country. Next is expensive marketing research. Obviously, the global marketing research would be very expensive than your domestic market. Next is receiving orders may be difficult. Obviously, when you are getting the order from the outside country, it may be very difficult for you because you need to convince your buyer to buy the products. Next is foreign debt, because the payment would be in the foreign currency, therefore foreign debt may increase. Let us analyze now challenges. Challenges may be research and development activities. Huge amount may be required in the research and development activities. Huge investment, obviously you need to invest in a huge amount. New technology would be difficult for you. Negotiating skills requires the different negotiating skills in the global market. Market information, you need to acquire all those market information in time, which may be difficult. You have to compete with the large business houses, therefore you need to prepare for yourself to compete with large business enterprises. There may be different government policies and regulation, you need to comply with those. There may be dynamic international business scenario because the international business scenario may be changing and you need to comply with the changing international business scenario. So you have understood about the international business, importance of international business, advantages and disadvantages of international business and challenges associated with the international business. Thank you very much.